tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster.
Dalek,
You have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
is this world protected? Because you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed, ladies and yes, indeed. He is the Doctor. Well, I haven't been in the mood to watch any of his Doctor Who for a long time. I'm telling you, the last 7 years, 8 years, I've really put a crimp on modern Doctor Who for me. And I really like the Matt Smith years and the Capaldi years, but I can't right now. I really just, it's not I can't. I'm just never in the mood, and I'm always more in the mood to watch classic. Yeah, I like that a lot more. I've been really getting a lot more into Pertwee of late. It's funny, I was never a massive Pertwee fan, but honestly, and I'm not exaggerating, it's the Cunning Monkey Matrix editions of season 7, which I found excellent, right? Absolutely excellent. They're essentially they're edited into a more modern format. So you have like a pre-titles teaser, and they're edited down to be like they're no more than like an hour 10, hour 15 maximum, right? And if it's like a 6-parter or something, it'll be like there'll be 2 parts to it, and he does new effects. I just find these edits very, very effective. Right, they really genuinely work. The Silurians one particularly was very good. Anyway, but yeah, no, that's the sort of thing. I'm going to the Matrix editions of a lot of stuff. Also, the other one I liked a lot, Deadly Assassin. That one knocked it out of the park. Actually, he's done Matrix edition of Deadly Assassin and Invasion of Time, and much as they were, one was a sequel to the other. So was this, like the exterior shots of the Citadel, which he added in for Deadly Assassin, were all at night, whereas the exterior shots of the Citadel were all during the day for Invasion of Time, and that kind of works, right? Thematic kind of work. I just like them pulling it all together. Honestly, I don't mind the retconning to make like modern Who all throughout old Who. That doesn't bother me at all. I quite like it, in fact. Like if I have the money, I will pay a Cunning Monkey or somebody like that. So do something I've always wanted. I want a widescreen version of the 5 Doctors, right? And I want the Gallifrey scenes to tie into modern Gallifrey with a orange sky, and maybe a shot or 2 of the Citadel, right? That's what I want, right? I want it to all kind of like tie, and I like that. Right, and that's why I like the fan which they reused in the color war games, the fan Troughton Pertwee regeneration, which just gorgeous. Oh man, was that gorgeous, right? Where they used very modern regeneration effects, which for me again I liked it. Honestly, I liked it. Somebody did take the piss out of it, though. What's this guy's name? Rob Ritchie, who's worked on a bunch of the animated reconstructions. And I'm sorry, guys, your time's over. I got the Savages. I pirated it. I didn't pay for it. I'm like, are you out? Are you buying? I said to myself, if it's any good, I'll buy it, and I haven't even watched it. Right, I'm just like can't bring myself to it. It's dead technology. It's I mean it is. I mean just and for the life of me, why don't they just hire that guy who did the toy maker, Dino Puff? Right, man, incredible stuff. Right, just hire him. You know, it's like I don't know. Just get him to do a whole bunch of shit. You'll be good. He's very talented. That guy really is. I just love the stuff. And also, was it the Mid-Journey guy? I mean, that's another huge talent we got. Oh, I can't wait till the hatred of AI is over, right? Because, like, I don't know what to tell you. It's interesting. I tell you, it's an interesting point in space and time to exist in. Because, like, now, Google just introduced, Google just switched over to an AI assistant. You know, I was using Grok on Twitter a lot. A lot of people use chat, and I just like, what's that? What did I ask today? Hang on. Can I get to my Grok history? Let's have a look. I bet you I can. What's going on? And where'd it go? Lost it. Hang on. Okay, well, I was looking for it. I completely forgot what I was looking for. That's crazy. What was I just looking for? I went totally blank. It happens, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. Let me tell you. What we're talking about. Man, I mean, in the middle of a thought, totally lost it. Hilarious. What was I going to say? What was I looking at? It was a video clip or something. Hang on. Look, you got to understand. I'm very discombobulatedly tired. Right? That's it's like that's what's going on right here. Look, you want to know what my life's like right now? Yeah. This is a good intro to see. You get a little window into my adult brain with this. Where is it? Downloads, doink. And it's called ranking, something or other. There you go. Ranking red alerts. This is a real reflection of my current life. I'm sorry, I should have opened up talking about this.
Rankings. This is my ranking. I'm sure you've got your own opinions. Feel free to shove them in a tin can and store them in your safe room for a rainy day. Fifth.
Do you think he's putting on the accent? I don't think so. So yeah, listen, my life revolves around red alerts right now. Oh my god. I don't finish this stream. I'm going straight to bed. Right? Like last night, yesterday I was really sick. Yesterday I was just like out of it. And I was like really genuine. I was still sick today a little bit, but I'm much better. But I was just out of it. Like I was like shivering and tired. And I don't know, I had a stomach bug. But anyway, so I ended up going to bed like really early. Like I was asleep by 9. But we had a red alert at like 10:30, I think. So we all got to wake up, bleary-eyed. And everyone's going to bed early now because we're all exhausted. Schlepp downstairs to here. And that's about an hour that you're up, right? So I get back to bed. And then at 12:30, there's another one. I was like, oh, fuck me. No. Oh, or maybe it was like 12, actually. Right? It was like we got back to bed for like half an hour. It was something like that. Oh, God. What a nightmare, right? And then, so then I get back to bed. And I had this, like, stomach bug. Like before, I was, like, projectile shitting. What was I going to say? I was like, so I just get back to bed, right? And I was like, just falling asleep. I was like, oh, thank God, yeah. And I needed a poo, and it was a big one, right? It would have been like I could either shit the bed violently or go and poo. So I forced myself to get up. Oh, but then I got to sleep. Yeah, I woke up, and it was like my normal time to wake up, which is like about 6:30. I only get up like 6:30ish. I'm up by 6:30. I go to like a 7 15 services at synagogue. There's no synagogue right now. That's all closed. So I was like, I can have a basic normal tools. Look, I've been starting like an hour or two later because I've been waking up later. I've been dazed and discombobulated. So I'm like, yeah, sure. No problem, right? No problem. I might actually have a normal day. At 7 o'clock, I was about to get in the shower. I go to the bathroom. I go to the loo first. I check the news. And I'm about to get into the shower. Another alert, right? Another bloody alert. Back downstairs again. My day's derailed. Anyway, this is like at 7 p.m.
Place, 7 p.m. Awful timing. Say goodbye to sleeping kids at 7:30. You haven't even caught up with the news, so this missile has no storyline context. It's a response to a response, or just a response. Who knows? You are unfed, unshowered, and the house looks like a missile will get it less messy. 4th place, 5 a.m. A missile that creates a nation of tired, grumpy zombies. There is
It does. Oh, God. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is a real night. Actually, I don't think I have any at 5 a.m. Maybe. It all kind of blurs into
nothing like starting your day in a room full of unbrushed teeth and overflowing bladders. You may watch the sunrise on your phone. 3rd place, midnight. Decent timing forces you to call it a day. Sure, the kids wake up, but they will go back to sleep, and you might even earn a late morning tomorrow. Great time for a heart-to-heart conversation with a homeless person in the neighborhood shelter. 2nd place, 9 p.m.
Yeah, most people have to go to their neighborhood show. That's why, and this is what makes me crazy. I got like a house full of people now. I got my son and his wife. I got my daughter, and then over Saturday they're going to have my other son and his wife. And so what happens is we all schlep downstairs for each one of these things, bleary-eyed. But thank God we don't have to go out.
A classic slot. We are already on the couch watching the news and ready for action. The kids are hopefully in a deep sleep, so the odds of a smooth transition are high. Pro tip from me, shower early for public hygiene and for pajama party vibes.
There's no 9 p.m. one, at least not where I am. I haven't got a 9 p.m.
You can even throw in a quick brush of the teeth just in case. Hygiene is the key to mental victory, and the 1st place goes to 1 p.m. Perfect timing, a refreshing energy boost, gives you a nice little midday
1 p.m. is actually not a bad time. We haven't had it at 1 p.m.
a break and preps you for the second half. Even after the war, consider scheduling a daily 10-minute lunchtime safe room session to reset your thoughts. You're allowed to chill a bit longer in the shelter after everyone else leaves. You earned it.
I actually do that. I'm the last to get up. I'm like, because I'm already so dazed and bloody confused. Like, where am I?
My friend, that's it. These were my missile timing rankings.
Good day.
עוד פעם.
Good day.
Good day. עוד פעם.
Good day.
There you go. But yeah, I think it's, whenever I tell people about it, they go, oh, it's awful. I'm like, no, it's really not that bad. I mean, it's a pain in the ass, right? But it's not as bad as the Blitz, for fuck's sake. Not devastating. I have to say, again, I'm breaking Dewey ranks right now, right, by saying this. There was a hospital hit this morning in, where was it? Beersheba. Tim Paul couldn't pronounce it. I kept saying Beersheba. So no. Bless him, it's not his fault. Anyway, so where was that? And so they're crying, oh no, it's the worst thing ever. I'm like, it's not good, right? It's not good, but fuck me, it's a war, which we kind of it's preemptive, but fuck me, we did kind of fire the first shot. I mean, honestly, looking back, this has been an operation hand in glove with the Trump government, right? I think 60 days before the operation, Trump gives them 60 days and said, you better sign this deal, right? It's for you. It's better sign this deal. And then he lets Israel, off the hook, right? He lets Israel go. And you can't believe how successful we've been. It's crazy. It's biblical how successful we've been. Like, we have complete air supremacy. That means a lot. right? That means we get to take out anything at any time. I think we just blew up their what's it called again? Heavy water something or other in a nuclear facility. So here's the thing, and here's the thing I find very interesting. I believe Donald Trump to A, be the Messiah of the nation of Edom, right, and B, which is kind of like contradictory. Not really. I have to go into it in more detail. And B, be a reincarnation of somebody called Ahasuerus, right? Ahasuerus was a very Trumpian king in the story of Purim from Persia about 1,000 years ago. I don't really know, right? And again, acted very Trumpian, not in a good way. He was not like the hero of the story. He wasn't the villain, but wasn't the hero. Anyway, but he was the king of Persia, and you had like this guy called Haman, who was I believe, a early incarnation of Hitler, who got the king to allow him to do a final solution to the Jews, right? So the way this was usurped is the king ended up being convinced to give his royal signet ring to the leader of the Jews, Mordecai, right? Who then sent out royal edicts that the Jews must be defended at all costs, and they have the right to bear arms, all that kind of stuff, right? So the day he gave the signet ring over was today, right? It's today it's done up in Jewish law, the 23rd day of Sivan. So I'm hoping, right? There's one thing that Israel really needs from America, and that's they got these bunker buster bombs, right? The biggest ordnance I think we got is like, was it 15 ton or so, whatever it's called? I don't know, but this is like 100 ton. No, I think it's like 150. I think we got like a 10 ton, 30 ton bombs. This is like 300 ton, right? It's huge, right? And because they got their main facilities under a mountain. So we're going to need America's help to take it out. And I do think when Trump says we're not going to allow you to have a nuclear weapon, they're not joking, right? I think that battle plan has already been outlined and okayed. I think Trump's waiting to say there's no hope of any diplomacy before he deploys. And when I say diplomacy, Iran has to abandon their nuclear program, right? It's just that's the rules, right? That's where it is. Anyway, interesting thing is, as I said, today is the day that I believe a Trumpian ancestor gave a power of military command to save the Jews to the Jews, right? And so I hope that history is going to reflect and repeat itself. That would be fantabby, a double dozy. Anyway, let's hear from Trump's own mouth, because Trump has been pretty darn good about this. Let's start over here.
Going back home to make a ceasefire. Not a ceasefire. We're long beyond ceasefire. And I said, why do you say that? Why would you say ceasefire? It's a bad term to use. Because a ceasefire means like everything's going swimmingly, we'll take a little time off. It's not. We're not looking for a ceasefire.
No, they're being decimated. I mean, Iran really is being... However, here's what I think is going on, right? Iran, they're not using their best ordinances yet. Well, there's a few things going on. I mean, Israel's done much better than anybody could have possibly predicted. Right, it's insane how well they've done. They complete air supremacy, and they've also knocked out a lot of the Iranians' weapon manufacture. One of the most important things is the solid fuel production. Interestingly, solid fuel is about a third the weight of liquid fuel. Who knew? So the missiles can travel further and faster. And the only way to get them to travel further and faster is if you reduce the warhead. But I think the idea is, I think they want Israel to run out its magazine of defensive missiles, of Iron Domes. So then they could really open up with their more devastating arsenal. Right? I think that's the plan. And that plan will destroy Israel, right? And I think that's why Trump's going to step in. Because I'll tell you why. I think Trump is very spiritually aware. On a very real level. And I think he understands that for America to thrive, they've got to be good to the Jews. And I hate to be like, what's the word? not egalitarian. That's what. Listen, I believe the Jews are the chosen people, right? That's what the essence of most religions are, right? And I think God is happy when you're good to them. And generally speaking, places that take a shit on them tend to implode in one generation, right? So I think Trump, because nothing else really explains the American protection of Israel, right? Other than this innate spiritual understanding that our destinies are linked. Also, again, we like Israel and America are like brothers because Trump is I think the Messiah nation of Edom, which was the brother of Jacob, which is where the Jews came from, right? And I think this is the future where prophesied where we will walk together. This is real end of daisy stuff.
We're looking for a total, complete victory. Again, you know what the victory is: no nuclear weapon.
Mr. President.
So I thought it was a very badly worded statement by him, and obviously I let him know that.
Now, of course, the neocons are ecstatic because they love war. Oh, they love war. And the the more libertarians, they're apoplectic because they hate intervention, right? So I like this of Trump being his own man, right? Because I do think that's his rationale.
Made the deal. I had a great deal for them. They should have made that deal. 60 days we talked about it, and in the end they decided not to do it, and now they wish they did it. And they want to meet, but it's it's a little late to meet. But
and this is great for Trump with all of the rest of his negotiations, right? Let's say you get to knock out Iran as a geopolitical competitor, right? Or a pain in the fucking ass, which is essentially what they are, right? Fantastic. Also, the rest of the world lines up. They know he's not going to fuck around. If he bombs this facility, they know he's not going to fuck around, right? And people will listen up, and it's not just, it's not just like appearing to be crazy, but having the appearing to have the will to do it. And I think in this case, there's a good chance he will. Again, hopefully today.
Want to meet, and they want to come to the White House. They'll even come to the White House. So we'll see. I may do that, but it's a shame it could have been done the easy way.
Yeah, look, we can do it the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is you sign. The hard way is I let the Israelis off the leash, right? Which way do you want, mate? You decide. You decide. Here we go.
To Americans both here and abroad who are not only concerned about the U.S. potentially getting involved in another conflict in the Middle East, but worry about the potential for retaliation here at home.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get involved either, but
honestly, this is his biggest problem. He's fucking off his base big time by doing this.
I've been saying for 20 years, maybe longer, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I've been saying it for a long time. And I think they were a few weeks away from having one. And they had to sign a document. I think they wish they signed it now. It was a fair deal. And now it's a harder thing to sign,
Again, could imagine the strength of his negotiation. Like if he goes to military action, it's just going to help him with ending the Ukraine, right? Peace through strength. Honestly, I think God has Trump's back, right? And I think that's in no small part because Trump understands to have Israel's back, right? I really do, man. You know what? Then people said, can he run again? Here's what he should do after this. Like the other countries should hire him to be their leader for a little bit. Like, England should go to Trump and say, look, Trump, now you're done. How about you run us for a little bit, get us back on track? Could you? I was watching the Lotus these days. They're talking about this, and it's interesting hearing it from a outsider perspective because my perspective is very, very different to theirs. Obviously, right? I'm very, very Jewy centric. I'm very, very Israel centric, but I think I'm right. They think they're right, but God bless them, right? But they were saying, listen, they're going to do regime change, which is what they really want in Iran. I mean, regime change would be. That's incredible, right? That should be what in my daily prayers, and it will be, right? That would be fantastic for us. Have a secular Iran. That'd be fantastic for the world. Oh man, that really would be fantastic for the world. And then Trump will get Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know, something like that. That'll be hilarious. Oh man. I don't know, but I do think it'll be very good for the world.
A lot of water over the dam, but it's very. I say it very simply: Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Too much devastation.
I love it, and again, he wants to say when I say Iran can't have a nuclear weapon, I mean it, right? And if that's and again, one bombing run, and he's got complete support from everyone. By the way, did you see the Tucker Carlson? Was he not Chuck Schumer? Tucker Carlson, not Ted Kennedy. Oh, what's he called again? I actually liked him. He's the only other guy I liked other than Trump in 2016. What was his name? One second, we can pull it up. It was a very gotcha interview, I thought. Tucker Carlson, Ted Cruz. There you go. Tucker Carlson, Ted Cruz interview. I think Carlson is really imploding himself. So I've had a neighbor of mine who is convinced he doesn't like Jews, right? And he's finally, about last year, he put me around to that way of thinking, and all this makes sense. He's very much in the Candace Owens camp, right? Which it's sad. What can I tell you? But yeah, listen. I mean, again, he understands they can't have a nuclear weapon, right?
And they'd use it. I believe they'd use it. Others won't use it, but I believe they'd use it. So that's it. It's very simple as far as I'm concerned. They can't have a nuclear weapon.
Right. He's spoken. I mean, that's really how simple it is. He's spoken, which is fantastic, right? I'm really I think this is how the world should be, right? I think the world is much better for this. However, you got the absolute opposite going on in England. Check out this AI video, which I feel is eerily prescient.
2035. Please leave. You haven't got a fob on. Is he taking the piss? Fucking mug.
Right then, got the thobe. Blending in, yeah?
Come get your fresh meat, no pork, all halal, mashallah.
Well, that's breakfast ruined. No more bacon baps then.
A bit risky.
I mean, this does. I'm not. It's a joke, but it's not. Is it? I mean, honestly, I saw a video of a Muslim policeman arresting a Christian preacher for hate speech, right? And they said, "Oh no, it's an allegation. We don't have to tell you anything about it." I'm like, "Well, that's nonsense."
This one, but I heard you can still get the real stuff.
What you after, fella?
2 packs of smoky bacon,
mate.
I haven't seen these since the ban.
Shout me 10 bacon there.
Here for the.
I mean, this is just me. This is Google VO3. It must be. Look at it.
Big announcement. Let's see what they've got to say.
Effective immediately, all pubs across England will be closed. Alcohol is now officially banned.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is incredible.
Excuse me, mate. What's going on here? Where are you all heading?
We're illegally immigrating to Poland. We're out.
Yeah, get ready for it. They will make you wear burqas. That's all going to happen. They're going to outlaw bacon. England is fucked, right? England is totally. And here's a good reason why England is fucked, right? Look at this gaslighting. Now we know 100% it's gaslighting. Do you think Jerry Paxman knew he was gaslighting? I think so.
He's suggesting there aren't white drug dealers and there aren't white gangs?
Of course I'm not. No,
or Sikh gangs or any other kind of...
No, I'm not. But I'm saying some of these specific issues are coming from the Islamic community solely...
And they're still in denial about it. That there are Muslim, Pakistani rape gangs that target white working class girls. Yes, that happens.
Solely the Islamic community, terrorists wanting to blow us up, constant hostile activity towards our youth, all these problems. And from sitting back, there's got to be something it's coming from. None of the other communities are spreading it, so we're a symptom of the problem. The English Defence League are a symptom.
You're claiming that community is spreading it. Actually, what we're talking about
Members
here...
of the community.
Yes, exactly, as you could...
Hey, look at his sneering fucking face. 100% wrong. And this, Jeremy Paxman, I want you to understand, this is why nobody trusts authority, because you were authority, and you sneered and you sneered and you sneered and you sneered, and you were fucking wrong, and I think you knew you're fucking wrong. You sneering piece of shit. And Tommy Robinson was right, and he was imprisoned because you wanted to shut him up, and for no other fucking reason. Right? Don't give me your bullshit.
Talk about
I'm not saying
members
the
of the
whole
white community doing all sorts of atrocious things.
Yeah, but not 24-year-old groups of 10 of them hanging around outside school gates.
You've never seen a white gang?
And purposely targeting.
Never seen a white gang?
Are we going to pretend that Muslim groups are not out there purposely targeting our youth and pimping them? Are we going to pretend it's not happening?
You're not pretending.
I mean, like, yes, he is, Tommy. Yes, he is. It's unbelievable.
White people aren't doing that?
Then not in the same manner, not in the same group. They're saying it's
not as a form of ethnic victory, right? That's what it's for. It's to it's to ethnically dominate the culture, right? And to make you the it's to displant the native culture and dominate them.
It's a cultural thing which is going on within their community. And no one dare say it. I sat and watched Question Time, and when I watched Question Time, all I could see our political leaders was trying to explain that Jack Straw could have dressed it up a little bit better, and talking about these girls like they're statistics. They're not statistics.
You know, again, the disdain they had for the working class, it's more dripping from this than it is from COVID. But the absolute, they look down their noses at the working class. Oh, fuck you. And they do. The Guardian readings class, they look down their noses, right? Oh, man. And the people who run the country, people who make the country work, people who make England fucking great, right? It's not the people who run the country, or, you know, who control media. It's the people of the country. That's what made England great, right? And that's why they hold on to their culture, even though you, pieces of shit like Jeremy Paxman, gaslight to deflect from the rape and attack of British culture because you're ashamed of it because you're a stupid toff, essentially, right? Because you're a stupid, stick up your ass toff.
These girls are, whose daughters do you think these are? Whose sisters? They're ours in working class towns and communities. And people are fed up of what's going on. And it is being ignored. For 20 years, our councillors and the leaders from the Islamic community have conspired with the police to not deal with Muslim pimping gangs.
That's 100% accurate.
Allowed systematic rape of our youth for the fact of being scared to be called a racist.
Although you know perfectly well that this happens in all communities with a tiny minority of people.
But the happens at a far greater instance in the community he's pointing at.
Broader point is to tar the whole of the Muslim community.
I'm not tarring the whole of the Muslim community, no.
Well, you keep saying...
Well, actually, you know what? This didn't tar the whole of the Muslim community. You know what did tar the whole of the Muslim community? Them like lying through their fucking teeth relentlessly to cover this shit up. And everybody knew you were lying. Everybody knew. But again, you know, people don't understand Muslim culture.
That the Quran is an evil book.
I didn't say that, but I will agree with you on that, but I didn't say that. What I'm saying is that there is a root problem. We're all symptoms. All these things are symptoms. We need to... Don't waste your money. The government are going to waste their money doing an in-depth investigation into these Muslim paedophile gangs, yeah? Don't waste your money. Do an in-depth investigation into the Quran. All of this hatred has got to be coming from somewhere. Because every time we hear a philosopher...
Okay. Now Jeremy Paxman's about to burst into flames. And again... Are you going to come on TV, Jeremy, and say how wrong you were and apologise to Tommy Robertson? No, thin-skinned little cunt. Dripping with disdain.
An expert on Islam who's a non-Muslim, they'll tell you.
Any Muslim who takes the Quran seriously is, in your view, an enemy of this society.
No, any Muslim that takes it in a 7th century barbaric form.
Again, what a lying piece of shit. Oh, no wonder you ended up with the prime minister you have, who is, but God, he's the most vile prime minister I've ever seen. Like really genuinely makes me want to be sick. It makes my skin crawl. Oh man, it's funny how like the loud leftists are all hiding their faces in shame now. And you know why they hide their face in shame? Because if they don't, they're going to remind them about what dicks they were. Yeah, let's look at something nice. We'll look at something nice, then we'll get to the chat. Let's look at the wonders of AI. And I remember what I was looking for. Now I found it. Never mind. Where is it? This is I think this is a recreation from the second run of the Darth Vader comics at Marvel, which are actually excellent. This is where Darth Vader gets his kyber crystal from. But again, I think this is done in AI again, probably VO3.
Mustafar is unlike other planets. Deep beneath its surface rests a locus for the dark side of the Force. You have acquired a kyber crystal, but it is not yet yours. Corrupt the kyber crystal. Teach it your pain, your anger. Make it bleed.
So again, I always thought this was an interesting way to make lightsabers red. However, I just thought it was like I really thought it was. I mean, until they explained this, I thought you just had to find the right color kyber crystal. And at that point, I was like, well, that's kind of dull.
From the site of your greatest defeat, you shall rise strong.
I do like the castle he built there, right? It is weird. He just like supposed to stay hanging out there in that big throne. I don't really understand. There could be such a great series of movies with Darth Vader, like Hayden Christensen. I mean, I think you can still probably do it. Be more like an internal story. Like again, the story of him breaking the kyber crystal to his will. Yeah, I was so bummed about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Right? I mean, there was so much great stuff in there, just totally wasted. Oh, if only it wasn't Disney shit.
Lord Vader. Were you successful in your quest?
No, it's got to be VO3 then, right? It's very good for what it is, but it's very simple AI animation.
I was. Show me your blade. So you have made your decision then?
I have.
So is it he wants to be a Jedi instead?
Obi-Wan.
Please. Anakin is dead.
Okay, it's a short 2-minute thing, but it's actually telling a story. We're so nearly there. I mean, I guess that's really a good place to start. I mean, like, if you're going to make AI out of something, that the initial Marvel run of Star Wars before, like, The Last Jedi, when everything looked good, right? Before Solo, right? That run of comics was great, right? Have turn that into AI feature.
I wasn't strong enough. But I promise. I won't fail again.
Yeah. fan-made stuff is where it's at, I'm afraid. Right, fan-made stuff is totally where it's at. Oh, we're not far away. We're not far away. Honestly, it'll be great when I can like do that with Doctor Who comics. Like you do something like the classic Voyager. Wouldn't that be great? Oh man, I'll do it. Yeah, again. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to being not shackled by corporate interests, right? Oh, wouldn't that be fantastic? Fan Dabby Double Dose. Speaking of Fan Dabby Double Dose, let's pull up my thumbnail, if I may say so. You know, I'm always impressed with myself. It doesn't really get much better than this. There we go. Oh, yeah, man. Rossi Dave says, fuckity bye-bye to Doctor Who. Yes, he does. Star Trek TOS Reboot. Apparently, that's where they want to go with the Strange New Worlds. Look, just fuck off. How about this? Just fuck off from Star Trek. Peter Davison politely points out Rossi Davis has lost the plot. Yeah. He's like, yeah, his comment was 100% normal. I don't know how he deals being like the father of Georgia Moffat and father-in-law David Tennant. Sounds like a fucking nightmare. Woke kind of like he was like, no, I don't think Grandpa's going to go around today. He might say a microaggression and be heteronormative. And like, oh god, it's got to be such a nightmare. It's bad enough his daughter marries a Doctor Who fan. I mean, like, how bad is that for him? Let alone they turn out to be a pair of woke fucks. And they're so woke. And they're such fucks. Anyway, well, nice piece of AI. There you go, Billy. Into space you go. And it's not Billy Piper anymore, but, you know, still very easy on the eye. Very easy on the eye. Which is, again, sort of the reason you got the job to start with, even though you're an excellent actress. So a national treasure, excellent actress that Billy Piper turned out to be. Oh, so sad that they used her for Doctor Who in this terrible way. I think it was Disparow's review of the sequel to not Blink, Midnight. What's the name of that episode again? But he called it "Burning Your Own Legacy for Fuel." Right, yeah, and that's basically where they are. Darren M is here. Great congratulations, Darren M. Thank you for joining us over here and on the Rumbles. Catherine Fears here. How you doing, Catherine? Thank you for joining us. As is OT, as is Pals AI Radio. Hello, Pals AI Radio. As is Darren M. And Stephen Sinclair. Hello to you, sir. How are you? Sinclair. Commander Sinclair, was that Star Cops? No, Spring. As a Sinclair in my head. Oh, Babylon 5. There you go. There you go. Took me a minute. Like a bit of Babylon 5. Mr. Bad is here. Hello. Wait, I'm Mr. Matt to you. Oh, you are indeed, sir. You're a Mr. Matt to everyone. You like to get about a bit. We like that about you. We do like that about you. Only the Rabbi can take me away from watching Bionic Classic by Bionic Woman. Oh, tell you, well, you can only masturbate for so long, right? Although the Bionic Woman, very, very hot. Idea for all fan edit rooftop scene interspersed with doctors from Brig, Benton, and Bird Quaterbass. Oh, that'd be cool. Love the Bionic Woman. I always thought it was strange that her expression of her bionic power was she was able to break a tennis ball. Da, 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 da. You know, oh man, I used to love the Bionics. I had the Bionic Man action figure, which is huge. It was like 9 inches. He had the thing you could look through the eye, so you can see the vision. All right, bit of Steve Austin action. I remember when Bionic Showdown came out and it had Sandra Bullock in it, but nobody knew who she was at the time. Right, and then you had this new generation of Bionics that just like beat the shit out of Steve Austin. We're like, oh no. Where are we up to? I said on my parody before my work. Looks like Play School. Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. They should have done the animations like the Animatrix and involved them. Oh, man, the Animatrix. That was a long time ago. Fantastic. You're right. Although, again, they wanted them cheaply. But now, come on. It's like the what they're doing now is just so outdated. They tried to do it with Web of Fear 3, and they did a terrible job on it. Odie, here's my take on AI. It should be for entertainment purposes only, and big production companies make woke shit and bought it on themselves. Well, that's the thing. They kind of have, right? They kind of have. And, like, you know, fine. So let's say you want to do a Star Trek, we don't get sued. Then you call it the Confederation instead of the Federation, right? It's not hard, right? It's not bloody hard. And once you, like, start building your own thing based on something else, it then gets a lot better because it's more creatively free. Right? I think that's actually something, I mean, other than the painful wokeness of it, I think that's what really torpedoed the Orville in the end. That it wasn't free to be its own thing. It was always too tied to being next gen. Even though it was such an oasis in a very poor time for Star Trek. Oh man! But again, I imagine if Paramount or whoever owns Star Trek had their own AI engine, right? And you could choose which ship, which crew. You can make your own. You can do your own era. Have it like a JJ filter. You could have a Leonard Nimoy filter. Like how would Leonard Nimoy direct it? I think it'll be great. I do think it'll be great. I'll obviously people like Tarantino will be able to like knock out an episode of Star Trek, right? They were thought it was interesting. Now they'll just be able to knock stuff out. And I think that when we get to that world, it'll be so good. Right, but Ethan Buckholder's there 8 minutes late, but you know, I think yourself as 40 minutes early. Robert Payne is eating. Robert Payne. Big Nestle's that you're gonna spoil. I didn't want to see spoils my bloody sleep. Let me tell you. What are we up to? You're talking about the Alert Plus. Me in the mind. I took on my fire arrows. Basically, what that's actually got one purpose during sieges was to disrupt sleep patterns. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're doing for the whole bloody country. Oh, God, nightmare. But it's not as bad. Again, people just go, oh, it sounds so terrible. It's not as bad as it sounds. Oh, it is. I don't know. It's not as bad as the Blitz, okay? It's not. There's much less death and destruction. Right? Save time you by going to the loo in the shower. And not number twos. Otherwise, you're going to be in a right mess. Well, not yesterday when I was squirting my shit everywhere. It was very, very liquid. That'll be fine. No problem. No problem. So, fortunately, that didn't happen. We'll try to be joining you soon. Always got to distract David Lammy with a bucket of fried chicken. I can't say that. It'll be a doner kebab anyway. You know how multicultural it is. Where are we up to? Tzvi Lebetkin is such Colin. Apparently today is Billy Gibson's 21st birthday. So now can I finally masturbate to coming on her tits? Is that okay now? Or am I still going to say she's only 21, you pervert? I know she's only 21, but she's a very hot 21. What do you want me to tell you? It's always so strange. Again, the woke skulls. I feel so bad for them. That guy, what's his name? Harry. He's trying to get my attention again. He's like begging me to look at him. I'm like, fuck off. Sad little fucker. They really are. You know, Arcadians from Aesop, I believe so, says Ethan Buckholder. I think I know one big branch was the Germans and the other was the Americans. Yeah, and they kind of got a dual ancestry. Oh, the Miraballis is here. It's been a while. Been busy. You've been busy all over Twitter. I saw your seal of Omega, which was the steal of Omega. 100. I refuse to believe was an accident. Right. I mean, also again, Dr. Alex, his book. You guys should talk. His book. So many plot points from his book were used in this season. Right. And it wasn't like they had every plot point in the book. Right, it was very much used in this season. I don't know, and it was the thing that was most recognizably Omega. But okay, look, Rusty, he's destroyed Doctor Who. Okay, that's what happened. He destroyed Doctor Who. He knows he will go down as the destroyer of Doctor Who because he did. Reverend Steve Amaro is here. Shalom, will you be presenting the show from Tehran next week. Not me. I'll be getting it again. The first thing I'm going to want, right, after this is over, and I can't wait till it's over, I'm just exhausted, is like everybody out of my house again. It was just like, and then I'm going to take a couple of days and just go into a cocoon. Oh, yeah. And like, there'll be one thing. But when there's a missile attack, everybody has to come into my space, right? Which I'm okay with, but like not so much. I'll tell you, he's right. Having enemy countries in the Middle East will be recipe for disaster. Israel smashed Iran. Now smashing the Iranian. Well, we did that in the 80s. Yeah, we took out their nuclear reactor. That was pretty darn cool, right? That was pretty darn cool. I think it was the first time anybody flew onto air raid cover. Right, man, they got all types of shit for that. But like again, here's the thing: the whole world is going, "Oh, thank God, Israel's doing this." Right? They're everyone. Like, oh yeah, oh God, thank God you're destabilizing Iran. And again, nothing will make me happier than to see a secular government takeover of Iran. Mr. Matt says I have his ex-girlfriends who have asked for straight sex out in some shops they've gone to. What? Oh yeah, I've had who have been asked for sex straight out in some shops they've gone to. What type of shop is it? Guess the change from talking about the weather. Well, I guess. Would you like to say? I mean, yeah. Archie Connor says it's not a question of more Pakistanis that than non-Pakistanis in rape games. It's the fact there's much higher percentage pro rata from through that demographic. Yes. Again, but he knew that. Lying little. I mean, like again, why do you think nobody trusts any form of authority? Because you're all permanently lying arseholes. And if you're not lying, how fucking stupid are you? You actually believe the bullshit you spout? Oh, people are morons, right? Absolute morons. They believe that stuff. So reconstruction Winland Space is pretty decent. Yeah, I think the intervene stuff's very good as well. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but like, I don't know, Doctor Who's in a weird period right now. Like, 80% there of Ian McDermott said that thing. Yeah. I think classic Doctor Who is where it's at. Honestly, if it's never going to happen, but I would get again that guy. What's this guy? Dino Puff guy to animate a Big Finish release or two, right? Or a season of that. It'll be done for under $1 million. That much I can tell you, right? It'll be done for under $1 million, and he'll walk away happy as anything. Right, he'll walk away ecstatic. If you animate the Eighth Doctor and what's the way and Lucy Miller season 1, it will do very well. I'm sorry, okay. I mean, it will do very well as iPlayer content. It will do very, very well. Chimes of Midnight animated will do very, very well. There's a lot of content out there. They could really like have a very, very, very cheap Doctor Who available on screen that people would actually like. Right? Still think the younger Sean Pertwee looked more like Alec Guinness than Ewan McGregor. Yeah, but the interim beard was good, right? In Revenge of the Sith, his beard, he had the same beard that Alec Guinness had, which kind of really sold it to me. I don't know why, but it really did. Yeah. There are only 3 top slides. Lies, damn lies, and statistics. Statistics are pretty bad. Right, hey, yeah, so I got the joint early. Oh, I keep up. Oh, it happens the best, us, darling. Sometimes it's going to be fun this week at Davison's house. Well, I wouldn't, don't mention the war or the fact that one of the kids is a faggot, right? And I don't mean that in a complimentary way. Someone should quote Shakespeare and Hamlet to all those showrunners. There are more things in heaven and earth than I dreamt of in philosophy, Horatio. Woke ideology isn't mainstream. It isn't. That's it. I mean, like, somebody was saying why the era failed on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on Twitter, right? And what's it? Yeah, so and they're kind of like different reasons. I said, no, essentially it's because it got a very bad reputation for several years when they filled it with wokeness to fill the vacuum left by Chris Chibnall's lack of writing ability. But what was the real nail in the coffin was the when Rusty Davies came back and made it a queer show. Right? Like, you can't have a queer show and a family show together, right? Because queerness also is inherently sexual, and it's adult sexuality, right? Yeah, and so like I can't sit and watch Doctor Who with my kids like I did in 2005 onwards. Don't give Eric a slice of cake for pudding. That's exactly what he would have. Because I can't watch it in the RTD2 because it's full of kink, right? I certainly couldn't watch it with my grandkids because, again, they're not born, but it's full of kink. Come on, guys. Lamb's only spent $100K a month on tax papers on biscuits. He's the worst, right? I don't know why they just can't. You know what they in Rick and Morty where they left what's he called again? Larry. I stopped watching it when they got rid of the guy who was Rick and Morty. All right, so I can't remember who was the Rick's son-in-law, where he dropped him off at like a place for those people from across the dimensions. I wish it was something like that for David Lammy. David Lammy is the worst, right? Rabbi, have you seen my animated on the Gallifrey's Age of Wonders graphic? Yes, I have. I love it. I love it. And again, you're one of the people. I can't wait to get AI really working for. Having said that, like, unfortunately, I got a lot more work on now than I had in the last few years, right? So, a number of like low work gigs just dried up over the last couple of years, which I'm working a lot harder now. So I have a lot less time to myself. So, but it's a shame because like now I could really finish off my graphic novel Crown of the Empire really easily. Using AI, I would draw them figures myself. And the backgrounds, which is basically jungle for the next like 30 pages, I would just generate through AI. No problem. Jerry, that's the one. Yeah, I would generate through AI. And it would really save time. It would look a lot better. I'll probably replace the jungle I did previously with AI as well. Right? But I don't have time to draw the figures, which is a shame. It is a shame. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's, where are we going to start? We'll go over here. Doink. Oh, where's it go? What's the mail on? Oh, Stephen Fry's been an arsehole. Stephen Fry's thrown the JK Rowling under the bus. Such a shame when they lose their minds. Right? Oh, you know what? Let's have a look at SFX magazine before we have a look at Doctor Who magazine. Here we go. Share screen. It's always a good way into having a look at what's going on. It's beginning in the beginning of season 6, but Jerry started touching the other Jerrys. Okay. Fine. Less I know about that, the better. So, Star Trek Strange Worlds just depresses me when I see it now because it was so freaking good. Although this Kirk is shit. Right? I'm sorry. Kirk is shit. He was okay. He just about got away with it for one episode, but look at him. He's got no build to him whatsoever. He looks like you blow him down with a stiff breeze. I mean, Shatner was built. Shatner worked out. This guy looks nothing like Kirk. I'm sorry. Ethan, whatever his name is at Spock, meh, not that great. I mean, Zachary Quinto, fantastic. I like everybody else on screen right now, though. But there's just too many chicks. That's the bottom line. It's too many chicks. Sort of killing it. I wonder who buys the official coloring book. I mean, probably it's the weirdo toxic fans who chase everybody else out of fandom. What's this? Something about Game of Thrones? Some blockbuster has begun. Superman 28 days late. Man, I hope this is over by the time Superman comes out, because all the movie theaters are closed. Darren Scott, the man made out of total soy, said absolutely loved How to Train Your Dragon. Well, good for you. I knew it wasn't actually real, but you could. I still couldn't process that it wasn't actually real. It's code orange in stores now, meaning Halloween decorations are stuck. Okay, fine, blur. I've been zipping around doing various exciting things for future issues of SFX. Can't say a word, but it's going to go. I don't give a shit. Rants. You can see my main rant in the editor. In the editor's letter. Literally, I'm not asking for much. Well, let's see what he wants then. It's a summer blockbuster season. Make of it what you will, but since losing Total Film, we did think that people might be a little more supportive. Oh, fuck you! I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not a little more supportive because you've contributed to the entertainment apocalypse that we all fucking live in now. Shilling away. Oh, woke is great. Oh, we love woke. Fuck you. Don't take a side from the cultural one and see everybody tells you to fuck off when you lose. Right? Where is it? More sort of. Well, let me see what it says. Still, sure, you'll see influencers. Wait. Make it real, but since losing Total Film, we did think that people might be a little more supportive. Still, we're sure you'll see influencers giving the cast and crew gifts or asking for them to play a fun game online soon enough. Fortunately for us, as ever, there's just more genre content. What's he talking about now? I don't understand. However, but apparently not one person was available from either production to speak to a movie magazine that's been running for 30 years. Oh, right. They're upset at their own irrelevancy. See, this is why I should have read it. Wow. They can't get anybody to talk about their production. Yeah, you're done, mate. Yeah, you blew yourself up, right? I'm sorry. You woke idiot fuck. You're the one who destroyed your own act. There's all access journalism anyway. I say we take off a nukem from orbit. Well, yeah, Ripley is always good advice. Ian Berryman, strongly tempted to bid for David Lynch's taxidermy deer heads, or one of his crystal stockings or megaphone. See, man, that's going to be expensive. I would love to get that. Sadly, reviews didn't turn up, but Hammer's new 4K release on Quatermath Experiment looks good. Quatermath 2 follows on July 14th, and they're also selling some very nice reproduction quad posters. Love it, £40, Finally got around to reading Julius Newman's retelling of 1984 from a female perspective. It's excellent. I mean, if it was before the age of woke, I'd be more interested in it. I mean, like, you had two movies with female leads that, like, tanked recently. I think because we're coming out of the age of woke. The Ballerina and Furiosa. I thought Furiosa was great. All right. Every Doctor Who actor pronounced Omega should have received a corrective slap in the face. I agree with you. Nick Sheffield says, enjoyed Quint by Robert Lautner. Jaws prequel that could totally cheese Bob in the wrong hands, but it was a delight. Thrilling and beautifully crafted with a voiceover that you can hear Robert Shaw. That's actually a good idea. Currently visiting the whole 70th Spider-Woman run, blimey. Why such an intriguing, visually striking character still has not made live? That's actually a very good point. It is a good point. Tara Bennett, who lives in LA, so therefore is woke as fuck. I'm also a How to Train Your Dragon skeptic, however, a term believer. One of the rare live-action remakes that adds more depth and emotion to an already great story. Okay, resonated back for a full season. I dropped out in the second, I think. It's one of the funniest shows, generally heartfelt, original sci-fi shows out there. I mean, look, Alan Tudyk is pretty much good in everything. Was it 28 years later? Yeah, again, I can't see this because it's only in cinemas. And I think I probably would go and see this. Oh, but this is going to be on Disney Plus. I really got to see Prey. Everybody tells me it's shit, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. When is it on? Hang on. It's cinemas November 7th. I should really give it a go. And also, I don't know, the cartoon doesn't really appeal to me. Avengers Doomsday is dumped to 18th December 2026 with Avengers sequel following 17th December 2027. I think it's over, mate. Liz Moss and Kristen Stewart and Oscar Isaac to star in vampire thriller The Flesh of the Gods. I wish that was a porn version. Anna de Armas tip for Doug Liman's Deeper alongside Tom Cruise. What, didn't they already make Deeper? Yeah. Let me see if I can find the trailer. Deeper trailer. It had a recent as well. Oh no, this is something closer. Maybe I think. What's the name of that movie? Oh, what's the name of the actor? Let's start with the actor. It's got Natalie Portman in it. I remember that. Natalie Portman. I was watching Attack of the Clones. Not Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith earlier, and boy, that is some awful dialogue. But I think Natalie Portman. Filmography. See all. It was in the early 2000s, I believe. Heat, Beautiful Girl, Mars Attacks. Anywhere But Here, Zoolander, Cold Mountain, Garden State. Closer, not Deeper, Closer. That was a good movie. Who directed that? Mike Nichols. Okay, Mike Nichols is a good director. Look at his filmography quickly. Did Angels in America? That was a miniseries on HBO, I think, in the early 2000s. Regarding Henry. Oh, he must be brown bread by now. Biloxi Blues. Wolf. I kind of like Wolf. Birdcage. Le Cadre Fort. Anyway, I digress. To doing Deeper with Tom Cruise. Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier in the frame for X-Men. Again, it's kind of like Dead, isn't it? Right? Maker Monroe joins historical horror Victorian Psycho. Alex Garland to direct video game adaptation of Elden Ring. Ralph Fiennes, President Stone, another Hunger Games movies. Well, whatever. Sequel Super Mario World Target. Okay, who cares? Whack-A-Mole. Heading for the big screen. The Fall Guy David Leitch in Talks the Helm. Live action Gears of War. I never saw. I only saw the Lee Major Fall Guy. It's a good one. Eli Roth to make Summertown Horror. Ice Cream Man. Okay, on Wednesdays, Hunter Doohan joining Sula Jacob and Pearl's Tandy Wright in Evil Dead Burn. Okay. Now this is 28 days later, and in theaters tomorrow. Oh, it's killing me. Oh, I wish I could get this on digital because I really want to see this. I didn't realize they're doing another sequel coming out like 6 months later, which I kind of like, to tell you the truth. What's that? What's this? Toxic Team Up. Meh. In Your Head Zombie. 28 years later. Okay, again, I can't really talk about it because I haven't seen it. Don't know anything about it. Oh, man. Ironheart. Does that look like shit? You see, by you not calling, like, the old SFX would say, what is this woke girly shit? But no, you're woke as fuck. That's why nobody gives a shit about you anymore. You have no influence. And he cried about like a bitch. What was it? Skeleton Crews, Ryan, Kira Armstrong takes the lead in Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. That's interesting. Kristen returns as Jessica Jones in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. I don't think I got past episode 1 of that. Amazon axing Wheel of Time because it was woke shit. Game of Thrones spin-off of Night 7 Kingdom pushed back to 2026. Alien Earth launched. Now I'm looking forward to 12th of August. 2 double episodes start. That I'm really up for. I bet that's going to be good. Some more about another live-action Avatar: Last Airbender. Fallout renewed for a 3rd season. They haven't even done a 2nd season yet, but they're filming it. Josh Hartnett to produce and star in a Netflix limited series about a mysterious sea creature terrorizing coastal town. That sounds awful. Josh Houston reveals that filming on Doom Prophecy begins this August. No, don't. It's awful. It's terrible. Don't make more of that. Kevin Baker the Bond cancelled after 1 season. Well, I never saw it. Netflix to turn mobile strategy game Clash of Clans into animated series. I thought I was going to say Clash of the Titans. Now that would have been good. I do like Super Dog is getting a bit of a revival. Every dog must have its day. And what's this one? George Romero Once Lost Film in the Amusement Park is a new graphic novel. Okay, whatever. Looking forward very much to Superman. I hope the theaters are open in how many days? Like 3 weeks? Oh, God, please. I don't think the country can take no sleep for 3 weeks. I think I reckon at most we can go another week. We are strung out. I mean, I think Iran's doing worse than us. Like they had, there's been a run on the banks because of the hacking. Yeah, we're really just destroying them. What's this? So a newly defrosted Captain America takes on a young Doctor Doom. That's an interesting idea. Like draw from a different part of Captain America's life. That's not a bad idea. Titan Comics return to Skull Island. I think it needs better artwork, frankly, from what I'm seeing. Stranger Things as a comic again. Meh. I'm looking forward to it coming back on Netflix. Maybe I'll do a big rewatch before December. I think that's when it's coming back, or November. Okay, Strange New Worlds, and I can't. It kills me because I love the aesthetic. But man, have they killed this fucking show. Oh, I mean, they turned him into a mindless action hero. What a great actor, great character. This Chapel was great. They have Spock as Sheldon. Rebecca remains excellent as an handsome mount, as does who's ever playing Uhura. These two get the fuck out. Just leave us alone. Along with Carol Kane. Get rid of them, replace them with blokes, okay? And then you would have a watchable show. Yeah. This should never happen. I'm sorry. No. Making the Gorn the big bad. I mean, I do like they're kind of leaning more into themselves, like bonkers stuff, like the silly. But apparently, what they want this to dovetail into a reboot of Star Trek, TOS. Like, no. By the way, this guy was great as young Scotty. I thought he'll be shit. No, I really liked it. And look, again. We were all fine when they redesigned the Klingons, which were massively different from the original series. And then they even referenced it in a fun little way in Deep Space Nine, Trials and Tribulations, right? And then they actually dealt with it front on, right? They're all three male characters all in the front. Well, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Deeper than what we were. They're all in the front. And again, the guy who plays Scott was great. The writing for him was great. He kind of sparkled on screen. It doesn't remake because of the way they redesigned the Gorn. Yeah, look at the Enterprise. It's totally different. Transporter Chief Kyle used to be an Irish guy. You're like a red-headed Irish guy. Now he's a little Asian guy. Like, what happened? Did he get hit by an Asian beam? Like, oh no! Oh, I'm a more successful demographic. Whoa, you couldn't hit me with the Indian beam. They do very well. What's this? Sandman. Yeah, okay. Dancing around the fact this series was cancelled because Neil Gaiman turned out to be I don't even think a perv, but I think just basically a perv for the world he's in, which is like super woke. So fuck you. By the way, this race and gender swap for Lucian really failed completely. Right, the character didn't work when they gender swapped Constantine. That worked because what's her name? Clara Oswald, Jenna Coleman's good actress, and she made a new character. Same with Gwendolyn Christie playing Satan. It's like you need to. It's not like anybody can just do. You need to have the acting chops to it, and whoever that was didn't. Right, sadly. Oh, that is a shame about all the wokeness, right? It really is. So this is, I guess, the end list. Desire and Destiny. Is that Amy? What's her name? I don't know. No, that's Desire. That's Delirium, I should say. Delirium, Desire, and what's this one called again? Despair. Yeah, she looked different in the comic. Let's be fair. And I mean, like, again, Black Death is just so stupid. It is so stupid. I think the only one you could really got away with the Destiny there, frankly. But I don't know. It's making it. Once you gender swap them, you make him into an entirely different character. Delirium, right? Delirium. And again, it's a shame we got fucked over by Neil Gaiman. Right? It really genuinely is. Oh, it's coming out soon, in a couple of weeks. Yeah, again, it's sad how they ripped the funding from that straight away without blinking. Never watched Squid Games. Maybe I should give it a go. I don't know. Not really that interested. I mean, this guy didn't really excite me in Star Wars, did he? No. Oh, fuck me. Scarlett Johansson's box office poison. Like, why do you think, Scarlett, darling, why do you think anyone's going to see a movie with that Scarlett Johansson headlining it? No. They're not, right? They're not. Yeah, I understand you're not 20 anymore. But, like, you can put some lippy on, maybe. No, now you're going to be an action hero. Nobody wants you to be an action hero, right? People want, it was cool when you're an action hero and sexy, right? But it doesn't really work. What's this then? Inspired by the director's own experience of grief, David Cronenberg's The Shrouds revolve around some very morbid tech. And that's interesting. I mean, David Cronenberg knows what he's doing. Okay, again, I wouldn't go to cinema to see it, but and he does very interesting cinema. Showrunner Jack Bender tunes into Stephen King's Frequency for the Institute, a series about kids with psychic abilities. Oh god, I'm bored even reading the synopsis. Oh god, Stranger Things did it better. Okay, this was a good article from last month, kind of the Brian Clements archive. There's a bunch of fun stuff in here. Bond Project 1. Oh, man. I'm going to be reading this on Sabbath. This looks really fun. Bond Project 2, Bond Project 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm going to print that and read it on Sabbath. Brewster, what is this? 40 years on from release. Director Fright Night. I like Fright Night. I like that. I mean, I didn't like the David Tennant version. I liked that. I thought it was a lot of fun. I remember going to see that in Tottenham Court Road. There you go. Who's Holly Race? Battle Royale, the novelist tells how she overcame setbacks. Well, good for you, darling. You overcome the setbacks. How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, they like it. Okay, very good. The Ritual. Who is that? David Mitchell, Al Pacino, Dan Stevens. Wow, is it in the cinema? Or is that... I've never heard of this. I mean, like, where is it? In the cinema, or is it... normally they say 98 minutes. That's all. That's the only thing we know about it. This should be a streaming movie, frankly, because no one's going to cinema. Leo and Stitch. I mean, that'll be on Disney Plus. I think Thunderbolt's on Disney Plus next week. I might watch that. Right? The Shrouds, they like it in the reviews as well. Doctor Who. Really? Maybe we'll come back and read the review of season 2. Yeah. When we get to the Doctor Who segment of the day. How they got 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, the reason they got 4 out of 5 stars is why you have no influence anymore, SFX magazine. Oh. Well, I think this is probably more realistic. 3 out of 5 for the Predator cartoon. From Beyond the Grave. I can't remember that. Peter Cushing, Tourist Trap. Kind of looks familiar as well. I have no idea what it is. Black Torment. Okay, no idea. No idea what any of this is. Anything Heart of Stone from 1950? Okay, nobody's heard of any of these things. Tale of Elwes Ghost, Invisible Swordsman. Okay, whatever. Dark City. Oh yeah, I love this movie, and I think there's a new 4K one. The Arrow Video restoration includes the director's cut, theatrical cut, extra, which trims 11 minutes and open narration for Dumbos. The Centerpiece and the absorbing new hour-long documentary featuring Richard Sewell Price, and various two new visual essays circle around the film's use of noir. Again, there's a lot good about this movie. If you've never seen it, so recommend. The work of psychologist Edwin Tolman. I mean, I don't have a 4K player, so I wouldn't bother buying it. Disc 2's Architecture of Dreams managed to dig up into topics like postmodernism without spiraling up its own backside. A 2008 documentary making of a I got that on the version I already have. Right thing, I've already bought it on Blu-ray. I'm going to get it again. Fountain of Youth. I mean, that's one of the things I like about streaming services. I mean, like Disney now has all the Mission Impossible movies, right? 1 to 6, I should say. And I have them all, but they're all on 4K streaming, ready to go. Right? So I'm like, well, of course I'm going to watch it on that. I do like Mission Impossible, right? Again, Amazon, why don't you have all the... You should have a whole Bond hub. Like, all those documentaries they made for... you should have a Bond hub. Right? Oh, God, I just wish I could talk to them about what to do with it. Now, this looks weirdly interesting. Now, would I want this? Because Real Ghostbusters is a little bit old for it, but I did watch it. Like, I was more of a teenage 16-year-old stoner when it came out. Like, in the 90s, was it? Interestingly, was it? Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2 came after it. Fine. Yeah, okay. So when Ghostbusters 2 gets it, I did not know that. Yeah. What's this Quatermass experiment? By Toby Adoki. Okay, is it a book about Quatermass? Oh man, I want to get this. I bet it was a good book. All right, here, one second. Let's have a look. We'll go to Amazon.co.uk. The Quatermass Experiment book. Where is it? Quatermass Experiment. Try Toby Adoki. Toby Adoki. I think I'm spelling it wrong. No, it can't find it. It's saying it doesn't exist. Really? 10 Acre Films? What's 10 Acre Films? 10 Acre Films Publishing Quatermass. Let's see if we can find that. If we can find it. Okay. So this is £20, probably a fortune for shipping. Oh, okay, fine. So I've seen other stuff they do. Well, I want to see what it looks like on the inside, because this looks like a very non-inviting cover. I don't want to tell you. Photo by Peter Harness. Oh, man, this sounds great. Trade paperback, 36-page photo insert. Oh, why did you let me design it for your 10 Acre Film? I would have Toby, get in contact. What's this? Maximum Power. The authorized guide to all 64 episodes. Oh, wait. Tell me more. Maximum Power. No. Oh, we're back. We're back. Yay. Oh, where'd it go? Come back. Oh, Russell, start off. Where are we up to? Maximum Power. That's what we're looking at. That looks pretty darn good. It looks. I mean, honestly, they need to do a bit more. I mean, we've got Starcott's book. Woo. Okay, Script Doctor. I Can't Melt book. And his other 20th anniversary edition, Jaunt. I tell you, they got some nice stuff going on. Oh, I'm really tempted to get that Quatermass book. It looks awesome. Right? What's this? Revelation of the Daleks? Oh, retro posters. Blue Peter Diaries? No, thank you. Not for me. All right, listen. That was pretty dark. Yeah, I was somewhat sidetracked by that. That was pretty good. Okay, good luck. Good for you, Toby Adoki. I hope you do well with it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should get Dad to talk to him about coming on and promoting it. God, I would love to have him on my show, but I'm scared I'll like scare him. Oh man, I wish I would do audio adaptations of these Rivers of London books. Big Finish might actually do well with that. They keep looking for a new property. I think Hush 2 is a really bad idea, even though doing by Jeff Lobb and Jim Lee. It's a bad idea. Absolute Martian Manhunter. That kind of style of artwork, I just find it kind of disappointing, frankly. Vatican City, that's Mark Miller's new book. Whatever. Amazing Spider-Man. So again, this I have no interest in whatsoever. Right? It's like a much like they did with Countermeasures. They tried to make it an ITC series that never happened. I'm not interested in it. I'm sorry, and I got a very bad taste in my mouth left over from Dalek Universe, which featured a marked lack of Daleks. So flashback to 1987. Blimey, I remember this very well. CSI Moon, Star Cops. This was a terrible movie. What was that? Take on Me. Take on Me. Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, Pet Shop Boys, 60,000. I remember this. It started from night for his security deposit robbery. Channel Time was given the go-ahead. The world's population reaches 5 billion. Blimey. Oh, them were the days. And next issue is out 16th of July, and we'll be talking about the new Alien show, which I am very optimistic about. I hope it's good. Right. I do hope it's good. Oh, the state of this. Look at that. No, thank you. Oh, let's make the state of this. Yeah, let's go look at Doctor Who magazine. State of that. Because honestly, the state of that. Look at that. Oh, you know what? It's so cringeworthily awful. I think I need something else to mop up the horrendousness of it. Another man, another another hive mind that can understand just how bad it is what we're looking for. Somebody who is cursed with an idea of how design works and what an end of a franchise looks like. It can only be. Billy, can you wait for a second, darling? Thank you very much. It can only be Birmingham's King of the Geeks. Dan Hamley, how you doing, sir? You there long? I just saw you.
I've been here for about 20 minutes.
No, have you?
Yeah, but it was entertaining listening to you.
I'm so sorry. Because I had the other screen over this one. I'm so sorry. I'm embarrassed. What?
But I was hearing you talking about Toby, who's he's a mate of mine, and he's off doing a tour at the moment promoting that Quatermass book because my friend Luke, who's joined us on Type 40 this year, he went to his sort of Manchester launch for it a few days ago. Got chatting to him for a bit, but apparently it's doing really, really well. But the reason why the book cover looks the way it does, that orange, book cover that you said, that is a replication of the original Penguin Quatermass books. So he's done it to they've designed it to fit in with those, which, again, I agree with you. I would have gone a different route, but that's why they've done it like that. Because I've got Quatermass and Quatermass 2 in that form. So it will look really nice next to that.
Right, but to me, that seems like it should be a coffee table book. That's what it's calling out to be.
I think it could be a coffee table book. I mean, I've not read it. He hasn't sent me one.
No, it looks great. I saw it. Went, whoa, that looks good. But I think his next version will be comfortable. And also, the Doctor Who Mid-Journey guy, he should be doing. And the people's fear of AI is going to stop this. But if they reissued the Virgin New Adventures with doing individual books, but do it on a larger format with full of illustrations it'll be great. And they would look great. People would love it, and I think it'll do very well.
I think you're right. As you've seen, I think he published it. MJ's published the spare parts reel, the 3 or 4 minutes worth. Yes.
I looked at it last show. Yeah, and I can't wait till we can get to like the really good stuff. This is like the clunky technology he's using, right? Like the new. Have you seen the movie Havoc? It's on Netflix.
Yeah, my son was involved in making that. So
apparently the car chase at the beginning, which was actually pretty darn good, all AI.
Yeah.
I was like blown away. I was like, wow, I didn't know it was like being used for movies now. And why not? They just saved themselves a ton of money, I guess.
It took them about 3 years to make that film because of one thing and another. But they really did pull out all the stops to make a kind of the nearest thing that they could to pass as a Hollywood blockbuster with a major star. And they made most of it in Wales.
They did. Well, good for them. Oh, it's what's his name? Not Tom Holland, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Doctor Who magazine. This month.
I've just got back. I'm on my way to the gym. I went to the shop and picked up. There you go.
Yeah.
I recommend everybody procure your legitimate copy, obviously, of the magazine before you tear it to shreds. Ideally, right, Ben?
I mean, listen. I like that they put a question mark on the end. I thought that was a good idea. But like, once you see this graphic in real, like how bad it is, it's shocking. Yeah, they got a version of it without the text on it.
They've tried to make it look. To be fair, I can't remember who, because Perry Godwin moved on as art director, didn't she?
Yeah.
So I think it's Mike Jones now. Mike, you've done a decent job in trying to polish this turd, buddy. But
there's no polishing this turd. There's nothing you could do. I mean, here, 1 second.
I wouldn't have been able to do any better myself, so I don't feel like
look, you see the neckline is all wrong.
Fucking hell, look at that.
It's just like state of this.
They'll never live this. The show will never really live this down now in living memory. It's up there with Doomsday.
I got this thing. Yeah, do I still have? Somebody pointed out that it's over here, I think. That Russell T Davies has here. I think is this the tweet? Yeah. Okay, right here. Now I've lost where I am. Where he said, if I had my time again, I'd have milked that. I would cast a whole new Doctor, a superstar for one scene. Ian McKellen, Judi Dench, have them run around the TARDIS and discover the hand and regenerate back. Imagine, why didn't I? So that's essentially what's going on with Billy Piper. If Russell Davies ever gets back to making Doctor Who, which I doubt, and I think he doubts as well, quite frankly, from his column this month, where he says, it's all over, baby. Essentially. But yeah, I mean that's what he's had. I mean, obviously, isn't it?
What's he talking about here with the with Judi Dench and whatnot?
This is from 2020, right? And it said, if I had my time again, I would have milked that. I would milk the regeneration, and he would have cast like a huge name for one scene. I had them run around the TARDIS.
At the time, that may have been fun, but if we were now sat here looking back on that, we think it was the most nauseating bit of self-indulgence going.
Well, yeah, I mean, sadly, yes, but like he doesn't have he's lost his mojo. Let's be fair. Rusty Davies has very much lost his mojo. So Billy Piper is the Doctor. Hand up emoji. This issue of Doctor Who magazine, I can really find very little to recommend it, and I want to be nice to it, but like.
I haven't even opened it yet. So the first chance. Look, Varada's there. How bad can it get?
Well, okay, that's okay, but it's the game masturbatory fantasy of Shooty with his biceps rippling, right, and his right next to it wearing a dress. I mean,
what is he doing there?
That's him about to regenerate.
It looks like some sort of
regeneration energy to, the thing was get Belinda home. So now he's going to nudge reality out, so Belinda will become a completely different person. And
This was like Superman. This was like Christopher Reeve's Superman flying around the world backwards, wasn't it, to make the impossible sort of happen, so you can save Lois Lane.
I actually think it's more like Superman pulling his symbol out of his chest to make a cellophane wrapping for people to get caught up in. Rusty Davis, we'll read this at the end. It's too much, right? It's too much. Get ready before the war between the land and the sea. No. And like that, you can't even promote it anymore. Like, he's just done. Fuckity bye-bye, right? That's where he is now. I mean, she does look hot, don't get me wrong. But
she looks hot? She looks... I won't go that far.
For a fishy person. But like what why tie this into Doctor Who at all? It's just like, it's got... Well, what's that got to do with Sea Devils? Absolutely none. And again... How could this have failed? A super gay doctor holding up his father. How? Who could have seen that coming?
Why is he dressed like Sue Ellen from the 1986 episode of Dallas?
Oh, God. And again, being gay doesn't make you a faggot. You can be straight and be a faggot. Right? He's a single faggot. Oh, God, he's so self-absorbed.
Well, I certainly have. I've gone from being in a position where, when he was first cast and first appeared, to being very open and quite liking his sort of energy.
Yeah, then you have
now I hate the sight of him. So
then he opens his mouth. Anyhow, that's a problem.
Doesn't even have to do that now. I just hate the sight of the guy.
So what's this? David Howe contributed over the years. He's written a memoir. I bet that's going to be quite good, actually. I wonder.
Nice fella, David. We had him on Type 40 a few weeks ago.
I saw. He was an interesting. What's this? Also planned for the Seventh Doctor back in the 80s. Have been recorded. Alaxion. They're doing they're squeezing more out. And I'm not going to read this now, but how on earth can Tom Spilsbury spin this as not being a disaster? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's got several years' practice.
I mean, like, again, Saturday night, that may be Saturday or Sunday, we will go over that. It's going to be, like, how's he going to spin it? I tell you, looks better than Billy Piper and more masculine than Shooty Gatwa. So I'm all on board for whoever this is.
She looks like Gillian Anderson, circa 1995.
That's only very good Gillian Anderson, right? Now to deflate the erection you just gave me, I'm going to look at...
no.
There you go. Anti-Viagra herself, Jodie Whittaker. That's Omega, apparently.
I like how it was very clear that she literally flew in to record that scene and then pissed off. But they obviously whacked her in a wig or tried to style her hair back to how it used to be, but she looks really quite dishevelled.
The upside was it's not hard for her to get back to performance because it was so two-dimensional and non-existent. You know, it's like, how are you going to struggle to get that one back again? I heard this new Big Finish is shit, which is sad. Like somebody listened to the first episode who can't get through it. I don't know.
My rule of thumb with Big Finish and any Doctor Who expanded universe bit of merch, books as well. I hold fast on this. If I can't pronounce the title, I don't buy it.
It depends. But yeah, the where's this clip I got? Okay. Bottom line, at the end of the day, what is the Shooty Gatwa era going to be most remembered for? And it's going to be this. That is the most memorable thing from the Shooty Gatwa era.
That barely registered with me. I've seen people talk about it a lot since the episode was on. I think I was so angry with the rest of it, and that I was actually sitting something on television that commissioned that they'd actually paid Juno Dawson to put before the British public. This completely went past me.
It's kind of good. I like it. It's they had a 24-hour one.
I mean, I think I hate it, but I hated the rest of it. So it's
it just goes on forever. Again, it just gets stuck in your head. So that's what it's going to be remembered for. What they got over here? Shooting Verada, think about the characters would deal with aliens from Mars attack. Really? Verada, this was quite good with the end of Verada and Caroline Ford.
Best bit of promo they put out this year, that was.
The best one was, but why did they just edit out Caroline Ford if they're going to edit out a story from the last episode? Whatever that may have been, Tuckadoo. Like, we can't stop listening to it. Taken back by something in the past of Kaz, Swam as a creator of the video celebrating the 15th Doctor. Oh, please, I'll probably be gay porn. Leave me alone. Colin Baker, don't care. What was it you said about extended media, which I disagree with, but I forgot what you said.
When I said if I can't pronounce it, I don't buy it.
The room's okay, ruler. Yeah, that's probably true. Oy vey. Who's writing this? This must be written by what's the name? The editor.
I'm going to say that I've got one of their top level.
No, when nobody's got a byline, it's Jason Quinn. Essentially, don't get me wrong, I like Jason Quinn, right? You're doing with what he's got to work with. He's doing a fine job. God bless him. But look what he's got to work with. Again, this whole character, get Belinda home, and then he erased Belinda from reality, and put this like alternate version where she had who was the father of the baby, who was like 7. I don't know. This it was so bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of the baby with it. I mean, you're not caring. It's so stupid.
It's about 5.
I know. And Rusty, yeah, exactly. Rusty Davies again believes the whole world size. Wait, let me find this thing. Radio Times. Nothing says this is the worst era of Doctor Who ever. Than this article, this picture that goes with this article. Let me see if I can find it. Doctor Who doesn't have his own thing anymore. Now it's just sci-fi.
It's not got its own tab.
Yeah. Wait, no, I was on the wrong thing. Here, Babylon 5 creator. Honestly, if you could go back in time and say this was going to be Doctor Who, you'll be like, what? Wow!
It does look. This does look like some sort of Amdram remake of James Cameron's Aliens movie, doesn't it?
It looks like a parody of Doctor Who, right? It genuinely looks like a parody, like Dead Ringers. It looks like a parody of Doctor Who. The diverse, the member bearers, the chicks with dicks, the effeminate man, the people in wheelchairs. It's the epitome of Doctor a parody of Doctor Who. And again, we finally worked out who this show was made for. The weird purple-haired angry people that scream at you when they come over for Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving or whenever it is and call you a Nazi. That's what it's made for, right? And I don't care. And they're like, I don't care that you're in a wheelchair and you're an ignorant, annoying cunt. You're still an ignorant, annoying cunt. But I'm in a wheelchair. Yeah, again, it's like, we don't say shut the fuck up because you're in a wheelchair. We say shut the fuck up because you're just annoyed. Nobody wants to hear from these people. Ever.
Oh, yeah, insufferable people come in all shapes and sizes, colours and...
not in Rusty Davies' world. You can't have a villain in a wheelchair. No. Davros has to tap dance now. Okay, look at this shit. Again, the state of this. That's the thing that goes through my mind when I look through every episode. The state of this. Really. It's Beth Axel wrote this, so let's see how many times she can insert herself in the article. Don't see a picture of her yet, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Yeah, she's doing very nicely, isn't she? She's been anointed, lifted up out of the trenches.
She's been anointed as a high dignitary in this realm that doesn't exist anymore.
She's one of the podcasters who are the nice ones, I suppose. Just the rest of us, the rest of us are wankers. Yeah,
That's right, Russell. She says the right thing. That's it. Because she agrees with Pete Mateague, so she's okay. And I'm sorry, this is shit. It's not because people are gay or have different color skin. It's because this is shit. Oh God, this is shit. This is shit.
Look at that.
Oh,
what was he thinking?
I don't know. And again, how many pages do we get to Gino Dawson? And I'm sorry. This is deep adult kink. I don't want it anywhere near Doctor Who. So we've got 1, 2, 3,
What's Gino Dawson? Why is Gino Dawson in this when the episode was like last month? Why is this person still here?
It goes so badly, I guess. 7 pages. Oh, God, 7 pages. She's written 1 episode. Nothing about Robert Holmes as yet. We'll wait and see. Although Verada did get the center square, so that's good news for her, right? So
I can remember.
It's an equal billing with Mel Gibson and Anita Dobson. That's a weird combination. I want to see that buddy movie.
That's a Lethal Weapon 3, isn't it?
Yeah, like whoa, how does that happen?
Oh God.
They're putting out a new version of Sophie Aldra's Ace's Jacket. The inside story. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I must admit, I'm happy for whatever Sophie's doing because she is very generous with the time with the fans and supports everything. And so I do try and be generous and support the things that she does. But I don't really understand why I would want to read this. But
I don't know. It's a charity thing, I guess. But
how is it?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
No, Robert, I have so little interest in is anybody going to read these books?
I haven't bought any of them. I can see they're trying. I can see that they're trying with this range.
They're trying to create their own identity, but their identity is shit. Yeah, look, okay, everything they did has been a failure, and you got them like, finally, Rusty Davies admits that. All right. Okay, first, an article I'm actually interested in reading. That's only going to be tangentially about Doctor Who, but yeah, finally. I was just talking earlier about Rob Ritchie put out a thing spoofing Regenerations.
Yeah,
let me put that out. It's really funny. Hang on. And then I like putting like present day Regenerations and effects into old Doctor Who. Like my ultimate cut of the 5 Doctors will be a widescreen, and you'll have like you'll see the Citadel and the Gallifreyan Citadel. And the orange skies in the Phantom Zone, or whatever it's called, Death Zone. Right? I like all that. Here, let me pull this up. Okay. Video file. Where is it? So many things there. Spare parts. That was awesome. No, not there. Oh, I got too many things. That's the trouble. No. Ranking Red. I sent that to you earlier. No. Maybe I got rid of it. Oh, here we go. Finally. It just I was giving up.
Doctor!
Okay, they build up for way too long, right? Goodbye, Sarah J. Blah, 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 blah. And actually, I kind of like the new effect he put on it.
The Doctor is alive.
No, you're wrong. He's dead.
All the cells of his body have been devastated by the Metabelus crystals, but you forget. He is a Time Lord.
I love the music, right? The pompous music. Murray Gold, get away from Doctor Who.
I will give the process a little push and the cells will regenerate. He will become a new man.
Literally?
Of course, he will look quite different.
Not again.
And it will shake up the brain cells a little. You may...
Okay, fine. Anyway, we'll get to the joke.
Now, wait a moment.
Look, Brigadier, look. I think it's starting.
Well, here we go.
Again, it's also over bloody blown. It's like every creative decision in this era is being a swing and a miss. So okay, so we got 3 pages. I'm looking forward to reading. That's a pretty low count so far. And I don't like they moved all this everywhere else. This should be at the beginning. Oh,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Geffen Verada Sethu received Easternite actor best actress in film. Okay, for Blanda Shindra, that I can get behind. I mean, even the people here I can't be bothered to talk about. No. Again, we got Jonah Howard King. He was in one episode or 2 episodes.
Yeah, we'll be
As a
reading
bad guy?
about that arsehole from now until the dawn of the end of time as well.
What is this? Something about Time Lords. Someone's got a column. I don't know. Okay, fine. This is a weird little article.
Hey.
John Levine. Okay. This all seems to be done from when he did the interview for one of the Blu-ray sets. What's this? New World of Wonder.
It's over in San Diego now, isn't it? The World
Yeah.
of Wonder thing.
And again, it'll be fine if like these were good, but they turned out to be crap. I don't know. The whole era is just so tainted.
Everything they've taken with them was shit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They got
just
so
everything is
screwed around
tainted.
there.
Web of Fear. I mean, I didn't even. Web of Fear is one of my least favorite Hartnell episodes. It just like they gave it all they got, but it's a swing and a miss for me.
Yeah, I've always found that a tough watch. I must admit.
Although I have to tell you again, the Matrix editions. I know you're not into them, but Matrix editions of the Pertwee years.
I simply haven't got time to watch them.
What?
I simply haven't got time to watch them.
It's so watchable for me.
Seek them out. I'm sort of, yeah. I barely seem to find the time to watch like actual Doctor Who.
You're still struggling to getting through Reacher.
Oh, I finished that last week.
Oh,
Yeah, I have finished the latest Reacher, but it did take me about 3 months. No, that's not true. I watched one a week. I'm happy to watch one episode of stuff a week.
I missed that rollout. Yes. What are you watching now? Do you have anything taking over? Or you haven't found it yet.
I'm watching. I'm still watching Dallas.
Dallas.
I've been watching Dallas for about 18 months from the start. So I'm now up to season 7. Season 7 of the 14, or 17 if you include the restart about 2010. So it's going great. I just have a blast. I watch Dallas all the time now. New stuff. I'm not watching. What have I been watching? I think I have to start something new. Come to think of it, the last new thing I watched was 1,000 Blows and Fallout. I watched those before Reacher, so I am due to start something new. But I've been watching a few movies.
1,000 Blows like really ran out of steam for me. By the time we got to the final episode, I was like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it was a struggle in the end. It was a
First
quality
couple
show.
episodes were good, and just like there was a show kind of not similar to that, set in present day with gangsters with Tom
Mob
Hardy.
Land.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That was
That's
great.
on, that's on my list as that's on my list as well.
She was
I'll
crazy in
get
it.
onto that
Helen
next.
Mirren. Right, that was just, and they were great together. They're in a Netflix movie coming out in the summer. Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan.
I've got a season of Tulsa King to watch as well, the Stallone thing. So I'll probably jump back onto that.
I'm much more like to see the thing. And I'm watching something, I don't want to relax. I'm much more like to rewatch something. Like that's why I quite enjoyed my rewatch of the first season of Andor, even though it's much earlier than I normally do it.
Well, last week I watched a couple of old movies, one of which, of course, it was Jaws, which you were good enough to comment on and help us review.
That was a nice
Facebook.
little show, I have to tell you. I did enjoy that one.
It was good, wasn't it? So, but I worked out that the last 3 movies I've watched were all made in the 70s or early 80s. So this week I've tried to watch some new movies. And you'll be hearing about how that went when we get together this coming Saturday. But it didn't go quite so well for me. I'll tell you about that on Saturday.
Okay, fine. By the way, again, none of this stuff from Big Finish in any way appeals to me. Space Security Service, they're trying to do it like an ITC series that never happened.
Yes.
Which is where they did that with Countermeasures, and I think that worked. But like, I'm just so not interested in Space Security Service.
No.
Like, you know what? I was really burnt with Dalek Universe, which is where they were introduced, which was 3 box sets with David Tennant with the Space Security Service in the Dalek Wars, missing the Daleks. No Daleks at all for the first 2 box sets. I was pissed off as hell.
See, now they're making the mistake because they've got good people, Jane Slavin and Joe Sims, and they've also got Sadie Miller and Christopher. What's his name? Who plays Harry Sullivan? Chris.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, he's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's been on the show. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
yeah, Chris. So they've got all these people who are really good in their roles, and so they're at a place now where they're thinking, okay, how can we use them more? And so they're creating these projects specifically for those characters with no Doctor present. But that's where it loses me. It doesn't really matter because all of those people are good in their roles and they've grown into their parts. But that doesn't mean I'm going to drop 30 quid on,
Honestly,
about 90 quid on a season of Space Security Service.
Yeah.
It's just not, it's not enough of a hook. As well crafted and cast as the characters are, it's just nowhere near the hook. There has to be. Their original Cybermen and Davros spin-off shows, they worked because they were finite and because it was about something that was iconic. But with making their own characters like this.
Right. All the Big Finish strikes me now as they're desperately flailing to find a way of getting people to buy their products. Right, and the products just aren't very good anymore. That's really, I'm not bothering with this.
Things get bent out of shape. The reason why the First Doctor, Second Doctor, and Third Doctor stuff works so well is because they know the mission statement is so simple.
Well, on the last First Doctor one, they went off that mission statement and it was a failure. Right, Stephen Noonan and what's her name is Dodo. What's her name? That's them. Just let them be the Doctor and the companion. And make stories for them. It was perfect. And Dark Gallifrey wasn't a bad idea. It just blew itself up. Brilliant idea.
If they
but it blew itself up by not.
If they'd have decided they needed a definite lead for that, and they'd got one in casting what's his name, Sam West as Morbius. Brilliant idea. He should have led that whole, even if it was he should have led that whole thing. Once they start passing it around from person to person, then the line has no identity. It just becomes a thing where the covers, you recognize the logo maybe that loosely brings things together, and it just had no shape to it. So it seemed like a way. It just seemed like a way of taking a few £100 out of your bank account. And that's
exactly. Now the Sam West was great. And the Sam West with the War Doctor one was excellent. But what they should have done was because with his story was after Omega's revolution on Gallifrey when it was deposed and sent to this other world, right? So, and it just seems to me there was a great political war drama, like a Game of Thrones thing they could have done, right? And they could have done it as 3 seasons or 5 seasons. And do each one as a novel, do it in 3 or 4 box sets or 2 box sets.
The pitch made perfect sense, but when they started to roll out where it was going to go and what it looked like, I thought, what are you thinking? To have a solid idea and to misplay so badly, I just don't understand.
Well, they did the same thing with this with the Time War. They brought back first they recast. The Doctor's, it was Susan's son was originally played by one of Paul McGann's sons. Now it's played by a different one of Paul McGann's sons. And they brought back the woman from that regeneration show they did as a major character. And it just kind of again, they don't know what they're doing. They're floundering. They don't know why they're floundering. I think a good part is because Doctor Who's been really kicked in the balls relentlessly for the last 7-8 years. That's why people aren't buying as much as they used to be. And the fans that they generated in the last 7-8 years, fucking weirdos. Right? I don't know what to tell you. Fucking weirdos who will buy this. Do you reckon this is going to make us money back?
My line with this is that they took so long to put it together. I think it will meet Big Finish's expectations. I think they'll have budgeted. They know that there's a massive amount of the fan base hate this era. They know, because everybody knows. And they know that they're going to be running a certain risk with it. So I suspect that this will have been costed very, very carefully. The strategy to roll them out.
I get the feeling they're leading really into the woke era of Doctor Who.
I don't think they will produce any more units of that than they know categorically they'll be able to shift.
Well, they already committed to 13.
They'll be looking at the digital download figures to see, how much scope is there to take this further and in what form.
There may be a market for it. I might be totally wrong. I don't know. And also, I just can't believe. I think there's probably more of a market for the Fugitive Doctor than for the Jodie Doctor.
Yeah, there is, because there's ambiguity. There's ambiguity there. There's mystery there, and because there is something. I'd rather the character didn't exist. You know that, but there is something. There is something about Joe Martin playing that Big Mo version of the Doctor, which, whilst by no means works, it could at least.
It doesn't fail as badly as Shooty Gatwa or Jodie Whittaker.
No, it doesn't. I think it's because Joe Martin's got a few more years on the clock.
Probably.
She's also a bit butch. You know, she's a bit masculine in the way she plays it.
Yeah, but that's one of the things that annoyed me. It was so like typical 2025.
I'd never listened to it in a pink fit. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's more scope there.
I think there's more scope to that, and I think the Sacha Dhawan Master has the most legs. Is what? Yeah.
Well, because he's the best actor by a country mile, and
exactly.
At least when he was on screen, you thought, "Is this guy's the master?" Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. But
right, this thing's Smith and Sullivan. I think it's just. It's the time has passed. I don't know, but this is really leaving me cold. So it's set in the 80s. I'm just not doesn't do it for me at all. Don't understand why.
They've got this wrong. They've got this wrong. Doing a sort of Cagney and Lacey style thing with Harry and Sarah. It'd be one thing to do a series of Kanan and Company audios with Sarah Jane, K9, and aged up Brendan maybe. And maybe put Harry in that,
right?
But nobody's gonna take that. And it's no slight on either of the two actors. They're both great in those roles.
They are. Naylor, what's his name? Naylor.
Christopher Naylor and Sadie Miller. Yeah, they're lovely people, and I think they're great in their roles. But you know,
but again, it leaves me cold. It really does. What's this? I never listened to this either. I heard it wasn't that great. Again, generally speaking, the quality not where it used to be. Kate Ullman's got another book on tape. I honestly, I would rather read it as a book. I like Kate Ullman's stuff, but these things are just too long. They're like 9 hours worth of listening. I can't do it.
Yeah, they should be novellas. Who am I to say? I shouldn't really phrase it that way. They should be. Maybe there's a market. I'm not in that market. But I would be for something in a kind of novella form. I used to like the old short trips. I collected all of those.
But the pinnacle of that was the Terror of the Master, which came out on the Masterful. I think they released it as its own thing. It was like 2 or 3 discs long. It was no longer than a 6-parter, as I recall. Right, it was broken into parts, so it really worked well, and that's what it should be like. Again, when you're investing hours into that, it's got to be that good. 6 years of Stephen Taylor, bam, we're going to get 60 years of a lot of stuff over the next 60 years.
This is a lovely idea. I obviously Peter Purves is of some years now, and I like the idea of celebrating the involvement and the achievements and the places in our hearts of these actors and actresses and the people behind the camera too. I like the idea of celebrating them before they pass away. I think that this is a really lovely thing to do. So I hope that Peter Purves is involved intensively with this.
I think so. I mean, Peter Purves is basically the most public face of the Hartnell era nowadays, much more than Caroline Ford.
I think he has been for a time as well.
Still $7.99, blimey. Yeah. As soon as they can get this current era behind them, I'm intrigued to see what Dr.
I have to say, every time I buy this at the till I see that $7.99 ring up, I think, there's that pang where I think, what am I doing? I've been, habitually buying this since I was 6. How long will it be a viable excuse for dropping £8 a month? Well, every 4 weeks.
Well, honestly, we have to see where Doctor Who goes. That who knows where that's going to be. Like, I might do a stream tomorrow when I go over Rusty Davis's column. But he basically says, I'm going to hit pause on this for a while. I'm done. Right? It's I'm like, it's like, why can't they just say, oh yeah, it's over. We screwed up. We don't have any plan. It's over, right? Why can't they just be honest with us?
Because it's very difficult to walk stuff like that backward. Sean, never say never, all that kind of never say never again.
Honestly,
people never. It's like now bands. Have you noticed the bands never split up? Like Girls Aloud never split. Yeah, that's
right.
bad example. One of them passed away. Okay, but when bands stop recording together for a while, Girls Aloud is a viable example. They just stop working together for a little while. They never actually say we're splitting up, because it's as if they know that down the line, maybe 5, 10, 15 years time, they probably could not just want to get back together, they may need to get back together to top up the bank balance. And so I think it's good, it's sensible marketing.
I know, but like honestly,
canny PR.
If Lucasfilm would somebody would take over Lucasfilm and say, we've really screwed up Star Wars and we're really sorry, right? And we're going to do whatever we can to fix it. And on Disney Plus, they move all the crap Star Wars to another tab, right? We'll call it Disney Star Wars, and say we've heard what you. It would change everything overnight. You will get fan support, and then you'll get from that you'll get normie support. Now, the question is, what type of support is this going to be?
Groinal.
Groinal. You're going to need your groinal socket for this one, baby.
Like a cricket box where you step out in
By the way, I was trying to work out what's it like here in Israel underwater, and I keep telling you, whenever I tell them, it's not as bad as I make it sound. It really isn't. I try to make it sound not, because it really isn't. But I got me living here with my wife, obviously. Yeah. My son and my daughter-in-law's here because we got an air raid shelter where we are in a house.
Yeah.
And my other daughter's living here. My other son and his wife's coming over Sabbath. So it's like, but it's like, remember that Red Wolf episode, Quarantine?
Yes.
It's much like that. It's much like that.
You haven't got Mr. Flibble out, have
you? We're all sick of sprouts. Oh, you're not going to give me do you have firm intel on where the next Blu-ray's coming? Or is it just...
Well, I don't, but I know a man who does. Type 40 Live, 8 p.m.
Okay, one second. Let me see what they got left. They have one Pertwee. They've got season 10 of Pertwee. 12,
isn't it?
And...
I think it's season 11 of Pertwee.
You're right. The last one. So, 11, 13, 16, and 22, I think.
21.
21, right. So, what was the last one we had out? It was the Pertwee one, wasn't it?
Fuck knows. Yeah, I think it was. It's been so long. I'm pretty sure it was season 7.
So I'm gonna guess either Key to Time or season 21, right? That's that'll be my two guesses.
You've just seen me write that down and put a post-it note on my mic mic arm to remind me which box sets. Doing research for my show in less than an hour. I hadn't written that down.
What's with the Capaldi with wearing a towel?
It's my Dallas obsession. It's just coming out of the shower. It's,
then. That kind of
the last 8 years. The last 8 years has all been a dream. And
are you going to veer into Falcon's Crest as well?
And my nan was a big Falcon's Crest fan. She watched them all. I never saw that one. I was strictly a Dallas and Dynasty guy. I did watch the Cole
one with the Rani?
That was Dynasty.
Dynasty. Okay, fine.
I draw the line at Falcon's Crest.
Are you going to preview who's on the panel tonight?
It's myself, the fair Charlotte, the fair Matt, and who else is on? Who else is on tonight on Thursday? Gary Akers is on. I'm waiting to hear back from another person, so there may be more people. We've got a few people on holiday, because usually around this time of year, we go off on a bit of a break for a couple of weeks.
Right.
But there's kind of too much bubbling along at the moment, so I want to stick around for a little while. There should be 4 or 5 of us, I think.
Okay.
You'll find out in an hour.
That is, in 51 of your Earth minutes, it will.
Yeah. I better go nip off and shake the weasel. And
I don't know what that means, but I hope you enjoy it. That's all I can say.
And get something to drink before kickoff. But thanks for having me on again, mate.
I think I shall. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again and say good night. Good